Conor, a disappointing defeat tonight for Barnsley. What's your assessment of the game?
Yeah, really poor. A really frustrated night, if I'm honest. The goals we gave away are really poor, really, at key moments in the game as well. 2 minutes in, just before half time. Then we start the second half okay. And then we give two more poor, very, very poor goals away. So all in all, look, really frustrating night. A bit of a humbling for everyone, I think, and realise where we are. And we need to regroup again now heading into the next two home games.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the goals. You must be pretty frustrated in the manner of them. Mistakes, really. Barnsley gave the ball away too easy, and you can't really do that against a side with that quality.
No, you get punished. They're a very, very good side. They've got players that played in the Premier League, in the Championship, and physically they're really top for this level. They can run past you. They're powerful. They're athletic. And if you give the ball away and open up the middle of the pitch, they will hurt you with the quality that they have. So really poor goals at really poor moments. Like I said, first chance on goal. Then I think it was our second chance pretty much on goal just before half time. And then obviously second half then becomes very, very difficult. So a real learning one for everyone, real humbling, like I said. And I think, it's one to regroup from this and move forward.
Yeah, you've touched on it there with the timings of the goal. No worse time really to concede, particularly the first two goals. Did that disrupt the setup, disrupt the rhythm of Barnsley in that first half?
Yeah, it did, yeah. Goals, awful moments. Rhea's obviously then coming off. Your game plan kind of goes out the window from that point of view in terms of attacking on his side. We don't have any kind of a natural ringer, up to this level off the bench. I know obviously we got Charlie Lennon, but there's a lot of development left in him currently, and it wouldn't be fair on him to put him out against a team like Cardiff. Obviously Banksy didn't go through in time in terms of international clearance. So yeah, look, your game plan then it changes. I thought second half for 15 minutes we did okay. There was a big penalty moment. Could Corey have got a penalty, and that changes the game then at 2-1. The moment in the first half, because Shadare centre midfielder being sent off. So big moments on top of that did go against us. But look, no excuses that we got beaten by a far superior side tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about those two events. Again, no excuses, of course, but on another day, if they'd have gone in favour of Barnsley, it could have been slightly different, but obviously overall the full performance not quite up to it.
Yeah, they're the two moments that you look at and you think, could we have got a penalty first half? Obviously, could their man have been sent off for a tactical foul to stop our transition? Hence why they took him off at half time, because they knew they probably got away with one. But there's no getting away and hiding away from the fact, look, that we gave very poor goals away. We weren't quite at the level that they're at. And in my opinion, by far the best team in the league, Cardiff.
Have you managed to speak to the referee at all about those decisions?
I asked him about the one in the first half. He said that we were their midfielder who took our player down was so far away from our goal, but in my opinion it was a really good transition moment, and it was from a corner, so they had 5, 6, 7 players in the box. So in my opinion he could have got a second yellow card. Not had a chance to ask him about the penalty, because look, you go in the change room, you do interviews and all the rest of it. So yeah, look, two moments went against us. But we know that we got beaten by a better team as well.
I imagine yourself and the squad as well are pretty angry, obviously, after that defeat. Where do Barnsley go from here in terms of putting it to bed and forgetting about it, or using it as fuel for a busy fixture list ahead?
Yeah, we need to react going into the next couple of games. Home games. We've been decent at home this year, and we need to be ready for it. We're all hurting obviously off the back of tonight, and I feel like the lads need to believe in themselves a little bit more. I believe in them so much that they can be a good side at the right times and at certain times, but I think they need to believe themselves a little bit more, because they're a really good footballing side when they play it the right way and they believe in themselves. So we need to gather that belief heading into the weekend, and we got two big home games coming up, obviously Saturday and Tuesday. Just
lastly, Conor, obviously a few hundred Barnsley fans have made a long distance trip this evening, going home disappointed. I imagine that's hurting as well for you.
Yeah, it's massively hurting, to have the amount of fans we had here tonight. Obviously it shows the commitment from the loyal supporters, and look, we didn't put in the performance that they would have liked to see for sure, and we need to repay them now with two big home performances coming up at the weekend and obviously into Tuesday. But look, safe travels back to them, and we appreciate all the support as always.